expect us to stand up when we fall after a trauma. Sometimes after life decides to hit us hard. But it takes courage to get us up from that position where we are. This is Real Life Experience on Bereal TV. I remain your host, Melissa Jossy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My name is Catherine Viza, born on the 24th of March, 1995. Born and brought up here in Nigeria, but my parents are Togolese. I'm actually the visionary for the Viza Foundation, restoring the purity, pride, and dignity of the girl child who were victims of rape, abortion, teenage pregnancy, domestic violence, and molestation.
I've heard some kind of stories. At least I've seen you when you went for your event in 2018, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I could still remember that time you were so passionate about what you went through and how you're trying to help people go through it. I would like you to give us a brief explanation about how you were able to, how the process was for you, how it was, and how you were able to overcome it.
Okay, it actually has not been an easy journey for me, like I would always say, but first of all, I really want to give thanks to God because, like I always say, He was the one that pulled me through. Okay. Yes. Okay. I was 17 when I got raped. I got pregnant as a result of the rape, but it actually happened to be someone I trusted, someone I loved, someone I cherished. But who would want to believe I was raped? Okay, this was it. I was actually being molested at home, like every night by my stepfather and cousin. Like you're sleeping at night and these people are coming, crawling, touching you, and when you say no, that means you're going to school the next day on an empty stomach. So I was like, okay, I met this friend. We were very, very close, and we became very, very close. At that time, I had an elder sister who was married, so I had to move in with her, though I didn't tell her what was really happening at home. So I moved in with her, but along the line, something happened between she and the husband, and they split it. So this friend of mine, I was like, okay, I can't go back to my stepfather. I actually grew up with my stepfather. I came out from a broken home. Yes, a broken home. So I grew up with my stepfather. My stepfather was actually the one doing these things with my cousin. So in the process, like, okay, fine. He accommodated me. He accepted me. The family accepted me. And it was like, okay, I will stay with my boyfriend. She's staying with her boyfriend and the rest of it. So on this fateful day, when he raped me, I couldn't go out to tell people that this was what happened. Who would want to believe me? Like, you're staying with a guy. So what were you expecting? What do you even expect? So in the process, I found out I was pregnant. I kept to myself. In fact, there was nobody I was trusting at that moment because everybody I trusted when I was going through these things, in one way or the other, they were also abusing me, you understand? So it got to a point.
Take your time.
Okay, we had to elope. We left the environment because I could not bear the shame and the rest of it. Catherine, the head girl, a girl, so everyone was always looking up to, and you're pregnant. You that used to be the shining star, you suddenly become a disgrace to your community and the rest of it. So we left, and that is where the whole thing started from. It became like a repeated event, like anytime he wants to touch me and I am like, no. He was always raping me, like it became a perpetual rape, like every time. Like sometimes after the whole incident, I would be bleeding, and as a pregnant girl at that time. But I came back and I put to bed. While I was going through labor at night, this same person I loved, and I this same person that I used to say he loved me, and I as small as I was then, I didn't even know how it felt. But I was waking him up, and it was just, he was harsh, It was like, if I can't bear it, I should just
take it time. Take it time.
I should just get out. So I had to wait till early morning.
Just breathe. Just breathe.
The next day, and
as early as 5, we came back to the family house and the mom took me to the hospital. And when we got there, they said it was not time for me to put to bed. I had to wait. The next thing the mom said was, okay, she called in one of the nurses. I was like, okay, write down my number. This is my number. When she puts to bed, call me. And like I used to see movies when a lady is pregnant, people are there trying to calm her.
Out. Yeah.
But there was nobody there to calm me down. It was just me and me alone. And the only thing I actually wanted was just for me to just put to bed and just know the way forward from there. And glory be to God. Around 12:30, I put to bed a very bouncing baby girl. But immediately I saw her, my old pain just disappeared. Like, I was like, fine, it was actually worth it. But after that, it came back and, everything went normal, but it became a repeated event. Beating, it got to a point, it had to use my own shoe on my head. Like, it broke my head. I had to cut my hair so I could stitch the wound. And I would really love to drop this hair. When I got pregnant, just to avert the shame, my family wanted a kind of introduction, like a quick marriage. Okay. I call it automatic marriage. That's one of the things we see around these days. These girls, once they get pregnant, some parents don't really calm down to find out how these girls got pregnant, what really happened. And before you know, they are fixing wedding dates, they want to do this, they want to do that. It's like you throwing that child into the lion's den, because she's now staying with someone worst fear, and anything can happen at that time. So that's one thing I want to know. My family did that. So when I got back to my stepfather, I was like, where is your husband? I'm like, I just told him I'm not married. Introduction is not marriage. I'm not married. Yes, I told him that. I said, I'm not married. I only had a child, and it's the father of my child. I'm not denying that fact. So I was at home one morning when he came. Those around, they advised me not to keep him away from the child. She was barely a year, and he came out like, okay, I want to see my child, and I allowed him. And just for me to go back inside and pick something, he left with my child. I was like, okay, normal. Maybe he just wants to play with her, and I waited till evening until I got a call from him, and it said if I want my child, that I should come back to him. I was like, wow, I should come back to you for, like, I don't understand. So that was it, and I didn't go back. I didn't want to become a useless mother. I would have gone back because of my child, but at that moment, I wanted something more. If I had stayed, I wouldn't know that I might be having my third child. My baby is 6 years old. She will be 7 on the 5th of June this year. Who knows? But I want her to grow up, and when she hears the name Kitchen Viza, she would hear the story and know Mama really fought. And what actually breaks my heart the most is the fact that I can't be with my child like the mother and daughter kind of, though they are the ones taking care of her and her education and every other thing. But there is this connection, like festive period, holiday period, I can't. But when you call the father, like, I want my daughter to come spend the holiday with me, and you'll be like, no, don't even go there except you want trouble. And you understand. And when I visit, there's this expression on her face, like, I want you. And like a mother, I get that. So it's actually one of the things that breaks my heart. And that's why I just looked into myself. I look around and I felt there are so many people who are going through these things who have even gone through it and can't even get themselves out. That's why most of the times when I see some girls on the street where they find themselves, I don't judge. I don't judge, because there was even a time I thought of going into prostitution because I felt I was no longer useful. Yes, that's to the point. But I just thank God at that moment I had people who were always talking to me, and there is this still small voice inside of you that will always tell you you're better than that.
Yeah.
Yes, there was the one I knew I did was there was a time I was always going to the club to dance. Like, I just wanted to be free from everything that was going on around me. I wanted to be in the midst of people. At that moment, I just wanted to just escape from everything. I wanted to be free. But it still didn't help. It did not. Until I sat myself down one day and I told myself, you need to forgive yourself first. Yes, I had to learn to forgive myself. After I forgive myself, I stopped blaming myself for everything that happened. Yes, I did. Because the more I was like, you're the cause. Why would you have to leave the house? Why did you go to stay with, the words people say to me, there was always playing back, hitting. And I was like, okay, I'm the cause. He's innocent. I'm this. No. It wasn't my fault. It's just that I loved the wrong person and I trusted the wrong person. Then after that, I guess I had to forgive him. Yes. I actually had to forgive my stepfather first because it was the genesis of the whole thing. I had to forgive him. Imagine your stepfather telling you we can have sex and your mother won't know. I will use condom and you won't get pregnant. Even when I told my mom told me I wanted to break her home. Wow. So there was literally nobody to trust. Even the person I trusted then as a spiritual figure over my head, you're telling him and he's telling you have a spiritual husband and he's touching your breast and other things. And things are really, really happening. For a very long time, I didn't want to share. I didn't even want to tell anybody the genesis because I was scared I'll be causing trouble in my family. But I think it has gotten to a point whereby people need to hear, people need to know. A lot is going on in school, everywhere, just around, everywhere you can just see things are happening. That's why the Viza Foundation, Restoring the Purity, Pride, and Dignity of the Girl Child, we go to school to sensitize them on dangers of premarital sex, teenage pregnancy, abortion. My own case actually affected me up till this moment. I was not able to further my education. And if there's something I love, I want to go back to school. I want to go back to school. I always say, age is just a number. I want to go back to school. Yes, I want to go back to school. We'll go to secondary schools to actually help. I pick them from GSS 3 to SS3. We'll talk to them, the girl child most especially. We'll talk to them and also tell them that even some teenagers actually have this problem of falling in love with their teachers.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
you have this teacher, he's tall, he's cute, he has BS. My dear, you destroy yourself. Yes, because they have, you see men, they have blood flowing. It only takes someone with extraordinary self-control to resist. So, and if this person is not strong enough, molestation comes in. Whether willingly or unwillingly, it will definitely come in. So, the Viza Foundation, we are set. We have actually have a team. We go to schools and we talk to them. And, we even have time, we have one-on-one chats with some of these girls. And some of them are able to open up to you. We also advise schools, secondary schools, as much as we can for teachers to be free. The school should create this conducive friendly environments for them to always come and, discuss some of their personal issues and the rest of it with their teachers, even with the principal. Yes, that's one of the things I felt I was denied in secondary school, except for this one teacher. But when she came in, it was already too late. I was already far gone. So I also want to plead with secondary schools. I want to use this opportunity to plead with secondary schools. If by any chance any girl gets pregnant, if she is willing and can bear the shame, she should be allowed to continue. Yes, and she should be given proper care and attention. I'm not trying to encourage teenage pregnancy. No, it's of no use crying over spilt milk.
the deed has been done. Instead of crucifying them and throwing them out to the wolves to devour them and the rest of it, why not just accept them and make them see life from a different perspective? Some of them are coming to school from a very harsh family, from a harsh background. They don't have anybody to listen. So, the thing is, the way we paint marriage in Africa tends to make teenagers feel once you get married, it is the end.
It's like an end
It's
to
an
a
end
means.
to a means. Like all your problems.
solved.
No.
Yeah.
That is why you see most of these girls, when they get pregnant, the next thing they do is pack their things. And
They are out.
They are out.
They
They
are
just
out.
want to stay. They want to start controlling the house. They want, because of the mindset. So that's why Viza, we are trying as much as we can, by the grace of God, Viza Foundation, to help teenagers as much as we can. And we also plead for sponsors, by God's grace. We have some teenagers who dropped out of school because of this pregnancy issue. They were not even able to get their WAEC certificate. We want to see what we can do to help them write their WAEC. Okay, fine. If you don't want to go back to school, can you acquire a skill?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Can you acquire a skill? So this is what Viza Foundation is all centered on. Help people get out of their pain, help them to overcome, help them to stand against the storms of life. Thank you. Thank you.
You've heard it all. I would just want to say that no matter how that child is close to you, you notice something strange about that child, please always call the helpline. There is always somebody that can help that child out. There is always someone that is ready to listen. There are some girls that are going through so much, and we think because they are in one village, nobody can speak out. Now, when you go out there, or even when you check on the net, you are going to see numbers that you can call to tell if someone is going through sexual abuse, domestic violence, or whatever that is not befitting for the humankind. So please, please, please speak out, no matter how it is, no matter what you're going through, just speak out. Let somebody understand that you're going through this. You might be judged at first, but trust me, the truth will always prevail. I remain Melissa Jossy, and this is Real Life Experience on Burial TV. Have a nice